How's it going, everybody? Just want to do a video over my Bond Arms Roughneck and 45 ACP. I just picked it up today. I've always been wanting a Derringer style handgun to add to the collection. I used to have a Cobra Derringer in 380 that I had bought used years ago. The quality on those they're not that good at all, so I got rid of it. But still was kind of wanting a Derringer, something just to have fun with mostly. I always wanted a Bond Arms, but of course their price was, in the $400 range or so. To me, that's a lot of money for a two-shot Derringer. Now they have this model, the Roughneck, which is essentially a more economical version. They're not stainless steel. I mean, I believe they are, but they're just not finished and polished and everything. So they're a little bit, lesser, somewhat quality, or at least features, than their more expensive models, but price point is way different, These ones you can usually pick up for around $268 or so, plus or minus, obviously, depending on where you live and everything in the particular shop you buy it from. So for under $300 to get a Bond Arms, I think that's a pretty good deal, in my opinion, where the Cobra Derringers are usually 130 plus or minus, depending on sales and everything. So yeah, for another $100 or so, it's kind of a lot. But with these, you definitely get a much more reliable quality firearm. I personally seen somebody shoot the Cobra 9mm and had nothing but light primer strikes, and only one round would go off. Other stories people say that they're just not that great. But anyway, so yeah, I seen this one. The price, of course, and also the caliber. I kind of was like, I kind of want to get a 45 version of this ACP. And then, so here it is. Of course, the Roughneck, like I said, it's more of like a bead blasted finish. They don't really finish it off. The only thing they do is just the sides of the barrels. Of course, here's your release to undo the barrels. And it does have a trigger guard on these. And of course, there's a trigger and a crossbolt safety. Of course, these are single action, so you do have to cock them back each time. It comes with some rubber grips, with like the star on it. And of course, Roughneck. And so yeah, there's not a whole lot to them. They do got a fixed sight and a notched rear. And I'll go ahead and do the barrels here real quick. Of course, they are unloaded. And so these do not have extractors, so I think that's another thing that they took off from these versions versus the more expensive models. Again, not a big deal. The one video I watched, the guy said they come out pretty easy. And of course, there's your two firing pins, and then there's a hole here, which actually I looked in the manual, and that is if you want to actually disable the firearm entirely. Kind of like how Taurus has their little safety feature, like in Hammer and stuff, where you can turn the key and it locks the gun up, which I'm not a big fan of, but whatever. It is what it is. And so basically all you'd have to do is load it and then close it, and it locks up and you're ready to go. And of course, cock it all the way back and then pull the trigger. And then cock it again, and that's it. And of course, your crossbolt safety too. I'll show you real quick. So that basically would block the hammer from going all the way forward. So yeah, pretty cool. Definitely the quality is a lot better than the Cobras. They are pretty much a MIM trigger guard, a MIM trigger and hammer. The rest should be stainless steel, I take it. Again, I'm not an expert, but I believe they are all stainless steel. Like I said, they're just not finished completely, so they're not the best, that's why they call it a Roughneck. But you're still getting a Bond Arms for a lot less than $400 that the other ones go for. It does come in a nice case, of course. And then you can get your manual. Or actually, this is your manual. And then this is kind of like our brochure where you can buy other stuff like grips and everything. What's pretty cool with these, in case you don't know, you can actually order. There might be more options to look at on their website, but you can order different barrels for this, and also different barrel lengths. Of course, you can see the different calibers and what they're available for and the price. So that's pretty cool, actually. So that's something I may do down the road, and of course some other items in here. But yeah, so that's awesome. You know, you can interchange them. I take it without gunsmithing. If you look in the owner's manual, there's actually should be one of these pages here. I already seen it right here. It actually has taped an Allen wrench to it, and that's for the gun lock, you know. So, but I guess for the barrels, all you'd have to do is undo this screw here, and then swap the barrel, and you can go from 45 to a 9mm through to the 7. They even have a 10mm version, which is pretty cool. 40 caliber, and many others. I take it, don't quote me on it, but I take it these ones also will fire 22 and everything. That I may, with the rimfire, may contact them about it or look more into it. But I guess they pretty much they can take any of the different barrels, for the most part, with like one exception, I think it was. But yeah, so pretty cool. Trigger pull is not the greatest, of course. I think you have to kind of push down on it. Yeah, more like like the Cobras. You have to, instead of push straight back, you gotta more like push the trigger downwards, So yeah, the trigger is definitely heavy, but it's probably a little better than the Cobras. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Can't wait to try it out, and I think it'd be a fun little knock-around toy, something to have fun with every now and then, But if you have any questions, feel free to comment, and thanks for watching.